All right, we're back at it again. Welcome to Paul's Collectibles. If you're new to the channel, take a look around, see if there's any other videos on any of my Star Wars collectibles you might be interested in. And if you're a returning viewer, good to have you. Thanks for stopping by again. Today we're going to be going through my 3 3/4 inch Saga Collection action figures. This wave came out in about 2006, a little after the last prequel movie came out. So there's a lot of prequel figures in there. And you know me, since I collect Sith, Jedi, and clones and Stormtroopers, that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So let's take a look. All right, we'll start off with the Snow Trooper. I have 17 of the figures from this wave, and although they're called the Saga Collection, I also like to jokingly refer to them as the environmentally friendly collection because look at all this extra plastic they put on the front of these figures. But anyway, a couple of things to note about these. First of all, this one has a price tag, unfortunately, but I was still interested in picking up the figure, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. In the top left up here, it'll show you, if I can get it down, there we go. It'll show you what movie it's from. And on the bottom down here, it shows you what number of figure it is in the collection. So that's number 11. That's the Stormtrooper. It looks like he's an officer too. He's got the red badge, red and blue badge up there. And on the back, a lot of these came with an exclusive hologram figure as well. And that's what the back of the card looks like. And they're all pretty similar, I'm guessing, as well as usual. Number 15, we have Sora Bulk, one of the Jedi from episode 2 and the Geonosis arena fight. As you can see down there, he's number 15. Got the little scene of what was going on in the background. And then he's got a hologram figure with him as well. And then up top, they give you a little information and a picture of the character. Number 24, we have Clone Commander Cody from episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. As you'll recall, he was Obi-Wan Kenobi's right-hand man during the Clone Wars, number 24. And then on the back, he's got his hologram figure with him as well. Here we have number 26. This is one of Clone Commander Cody's troops that were also part of Obi-Wan Kenobi's group here from episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. In the back, once again, he's got his own little hologram figure as well from the Battle of Utapau. And then number 37, this one I picked up at a toy store as well. You can tell it has a price tag at the top. This is the Stormtrooper from episode 4. This one is not a very good sculpt. If you look really closely at his helmet, it doesn't have a lot of detail. It's kind of blacked out. But I still like the Stormtroopers enough to go ahead and pick it up, so I did. And in the background, you can see them trying to stop Han Solo from busting out of the Mos Eisley spaceport. And then, as always, he's got his holograph figure at the bottom as well. A little bit of information, the escape from Mos Eisley. Moving on to number 57, there's the 442nd Siege Battalion Clone Trooper, green accents from Revenge of the Sith. Number 57 down there, you can see. He comes with what looks like a little antenna up there or something. These are really hard to light, by the way, because of the fact that there's a huge bubble on the front. And there's his hologram figure. And then some information about him at the top. Continuing on, we have the 5th Fleet Security figure, number 58. I don't remember seeing these guys in the movie, but there were a lot of clone troopers all over the place, so it was hard to keep track. But this is also episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and as you can see, he's got blue markings and gray markings on his armor, and he comes with that same little antenna they seem to come with. And on the back, he's got his, looks like Yoda, look at that, if I had to guess, for his hologram figure that's accompanying him. Next up, we have a Phase 1 Clone Trooper. That says Clone Trooper Sergeant. That's one of the rare times they actually get the rank right on these. As you've seen from some of my other collections, they either call them just basic Clone Troopers or ignore the fact that they have rank. But that's number 60. That's obviously the Geonosis battle in the background there. And if we flip him around, he has what looks like a Rebel Fleet Trooper for his hologram. Look at that. And then some information about him. Now we're coming up on number 64, and that's Commander Oppo. These are the guys that answered directly to Darth Vader, the 501st Legion, and he was one of the commanders in that legion. As you can see in the background, that's the Siege of the Jedi Temple there from episode 3. He does not come with that little antenna a lot of them come with. but he's got some other things attached to him to show that he's somebody in charge. And if you flip the back, looks like Mace Windu maybe is his hologram. And there's some information on Commander Oppo. This is number 65. This is an Elite Corps clone trooper. These guys look like the biker scouts, but they have camouflage armor on, and they were with Yoda in Revenge of the Sith at Kashyyyk and fought with the Wookiees prior to Order 66. Get a good look at him in there. And then there's his hologram figure. Looks like maybe Darth Vader, can't quite tell. And then some information on combat on Kashyyyk. Next we have number 69. That is Yarael Poof. Poof! That's an excellent name. Poof! Anyway, it's fun to say. He sat on the Jedi Council during episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And if you've ever seen Robot Chicken, they did a whole cartoon series on him and gave him like an interesting voice and things like that. I highly suggest taking a look at it on YouTube if you can. It's absolutely hilarious. And that's number 69. And on the back, his figure is a rebel trooper as well. Look at that. And there's a little bit about Yarael Poof. Poof! And we're moving right along. We have Combat Engineer Clone Trooper from episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And as you can see, I mostly have clone troopers from this wave. And that is him. He's got his brown accents on his armor. Looks like he's in a hurry to get somewhere pretty quickly. And he is number 68, looks like, or 66. I have a hard time seeing those numbers. And battle support soldiers. Okay, now what happens here is pretty interesting to me, because these are from the Legacy Collection, or excuse me, the Saga Collection. They're packaged the same way, and they look exactly the same. But this is Commander Bacara, but when you look down here, it says Episode 3 Heroes and Villains Collection, and then he's 4 of 12. So they stopped numbering them the way they previously had. And as you can see, that's the background of that snowy planet where they ended up blowing Dan Aykroyd away. I mean, Coyote Mundi. And see, he even has the hologram figure, and it gives you a little information about him, just like the rest of them. And the rest of them that I have in this wave are like this as well. There's a 501st Legion standard trooper that's not Commander Oppo. Same thing. Heroes and bad guys, I'm guessing. It just says Greatest Battles Collection, I guess. That's one of 14 from the Greatest Battles Collection of the Saga Collection. So they went off script a little bit there, but everything else looks pretty much the same. He's got a hologram figure, and there's some information on him. And then moving right along, this is the Heroes and Villains collection from the Saga Collection. He's 5 of 12, it says down here. And that is just regular old clone trooper. And it looks like he's walking around on Coruscant right before they shipped out. But although they call him a regular clone trooper, it's probably a little hard to tell. He's got gray shoulder pads and gray accents on his knee pads. So I think he was supposed to be somebody else, if you ask me, not just a regular clone trooper. Flipping him around, there's his hologram figure, and then some information on him. Winding down here is another one of those black-clad clone pilots that I found in a previous series I was talking to you about. And the more I look at these, especially the one I showed you before, we'll take a quick look. He's 6 of 12, Heroes and Villains Collection. I believe that these are what they morphed into after the Republic became the Empire, because he has, and you can just barely see it on there in the glare, he has the Empire symbol on his helmet, and he's all black. This must have been right before they started giving them full face helmets, because if you look down here, he's dressed in the regular clone pilot outfit from the movie Revenge of the Sith. And he comes with all kinds of stuff. There's a radar dish in there and shooting stuff and everything. And then on the back, there's his hologram and some information about him. And it even shows him in the white and gray outfit as opposed to the black one. So I got a kick out of those. That was an interesting variation. And then last but not least, and finally, this one comes in a star case, and it's completely odd. So it says Saga Collection Star Wars, Saga Collection Star Wars, if you can see it. This is the Shadow Stormtrooper. He has no number. It says Star Wars Expanded Universe at the top. And there's a black Stormtrooper in there that they refer to as a Shadow Stormtrooper. Just a really cool figure if you ask me. Looks like he's on the deck of a Star Destroyer or something. And on the back, this card is completely different from the rest of them. As you can see, it has some panels from a comic book, which apparently is what he's from. But yeah, so this guy's the odd man out in this wave, but probably the coolest figure from the wave if you ask me. And with that, that's my Saga Collections collection of Star Wars figures. And I hope to see you on the next episode. Take care. Poof.